Guys, I'm sorry that I haven't checked. Haven't been feeling well and kind of been white knuckling it since Thanksgiving. Then my birthday. Didn't get the one thing I wanted, which was forgiveness from my niece. Phone call. I miss her so much. She's like my main person. But I understand why she's angry with me or doesn't want to deal with me right now, because when I tried to, do myself in, it frightened her and upset her. And it was a promise we had made to each other, and then I broke the promise. Well, I attempted to break the promise. I'm still here. Anyway, so here's the situation. Being creative gives me joy. Well, as close to joy as I am capable of these days. When I moved into this apartment to save on heating costs, I wasn't going to use the bedroom at all. I sleep in a recliner, which is broken at the moment. So I was setting up my craft area in the living room too. Well, I have baseboard heat here, and so we all got letters from management saying that they were doing inspections to make sure that we didn't have anything within 3 feet of the electric baseboard heat. 3 feet in this apartment is a pretty significant amount. So I had to move my craft stuff into the bedroom. I did it all by myself. I have a 10-foot long table. I broke it down. I dragged it on my wheelchair. Got it set up in here. That was a beast. But so now all my supplies are discombobulated. And there's a couple of things I wanted to make as Christmas gifts. It's going to be a little tricky while I'm trying to reorganize this. But what I was thinking, I decided I'd like to make a channel that isn't me just being hysterical. I've got plenty of that, but I want to make a channel, chats, crafts, and catastrophes, or cat-ass trophies, more appropriately. I don't have my cat-ass trophy painting in here, but so my idea is, whatever I'm working on, I can talk to you guys if you want to, join in. And we can share each other's hopefully funny disasters of the week. But if they're not funny, that's okay too. And then once a week, we'll award the cat-ass trophy to the person who has the most memorable disaster. I'll win a lot, but anyway. I was in the hospital the other night. Congestive heart failure, and I had taken on a lot of fluid and still have a lot of fluid on. But it was bad enough to go to the hospital. Plus, I have developed some pressure sores on my rear end. That hurt like hell. I'm sitting on a gel pad right now. There's no comfortable place. I need a hospital bed. and get off my ass, literally. But the hospital doesn't seem very concerned about any of that. They gave me some water pills. Well, first they gave me an IV diuretic. I spent probably about 7 hours in the ER. I thought they were going to admit me, but they didn't. But why am I telling you this? Oh, so it's just going to take me a while to get this all set up. It's I need help. If any of you have elderly or disabled or sick people in your life, you go, oh, I don't know what to get them for Christmas. Time. Go vacuum their rug or clean their car or vacuum. Do something that's hard for them to do. Make a coupon book of, Saturday afternoon honeydew lists. I would kill for an afternoon right now of somebody who just wanted to help me, like get my insulated drapes up so that I don't have a cold wind blowing through the uninsulated window. Or vacuum the carpet for me, because I can vacuum the carpet, but it's really, really hard in a wheelchair. For a lot of people, cooking, prepping some meals would be great. I like to prepare my own meals because I like food, and I'm picky. I am the pickiest fat person you have ever seen when it comes to food. Anyway, that is an amazing gift if you can give it to somebody. Just time. Plus, then they get to spend some time with you, because it can be pretty lonely being disabled or not able to do things for yourself or stuck in the house, or all those things are things that are hard and isolating. Offer to run someone to a store or pick up something. I spend so much more money than necessary because I have to pay more for my groceries, because most places add an extra fee for delivery. You don't get the clearance specials, because the best thing I've got is Walmart, and their meat traders are trash, but at least with the monthly subscription fee, they don't hike up their prices for the food. So you still pay the tip and you pay the monthly delivery fee, but you don't pay 10 to 15% over on each item, which really adds up. And then, so places like DoorDash or, what's that one I'm thinking of? But the kind of shopping services. And then there's a lot of stores that I could really use things from, but I can't get there, they don't deliver. So, anyway, those are some ideas. Last minute Christmas gift ideas, make a coupon book, volunteering for this or that. Don't just say, oh, let me know if you need anything. Be specific. I find that's also true for people who have gone through a loss or a tragedy. People are always like, oh, well, you let me know, honey, if there's anything I can do. Be specific. Say, hey, I like to, do meal prep on my weekends. Can I make you some things? or call them up and say, hey, I am going to such and such store, and I know that you're kind of stuck there. Can I get you something while I'm there? Prescriptions. Oh my goodness, getting my prescriptions is like an act of God in Congress. Especially if there's one that isn't monthly, so you can't like have it done by mail service. So like when I left the ER, they gave me a prescription for a stronger diuretic. Well, seeing as I have congestive heart failure and I'm taking on fluid, that's something I really needed pretty quickly. But I couldn't get it because right now, as hard as it is to bear sitting, his wheelchair and me and the bus, it's just not working. So I had to wait until my friends John and Dee were able to go, and they weren't able to go that same day. So it's little things like that that are a real hassle and a real help if you can help with them. Ouch. Oh, darn it. Oh, it hurts. I really want to get some stuff done tonight. Ow. I have to switch to sitting on the edge of the seat so that pressure sores aren't getting hit. Anyway, so those are just some thoughts I had. I was watching a YouTube guy, Tommy Schofield, the lifeboat. He's a interesting guy. I'm fascinated by cults, and I watch a lot of Scientology stuff, and so somehow he linked up with he wasn't in a cult, but he linked up with Aaron. I can't think what the guy's name is. Anyway, my point being, it's like an addiction coach, interesting perspectives. I can tell I don't necessarily agree with some of his politics, but I am a bleeding heart liberal, so I know what. Anyway, he was talking about addiction and how anything can be an addictive substance, and I've known, you don't get to be 400 pounds if you don't have food issues. And I've often admitted that I am a food addict. But here's the problem. To be successful in recovery, you kind of have to want to live. That's way up there on the list of things to do. And I can't quite pull that one off. Plus, not being fat is terrifying to me. Back when they first started doing stomach stapling, I was probably one of the earlier rounds of it. It's when they used to cut you from stem to stern, rearrange your insides, take out part of your intestinal tract, literally staple your stomach to make just a little pocket. So I did that. That was I was in my middle to late 20s. It was, I'm sorry. I was about to turn 32. Remember, because my mom died shortly after I had the surgery. She drank herself to death because I wasn't there. I was recovering at my boyfriend's house. And so I wasn't there to supervise her and take care of her. And my baby brother, 17 and a half years younger than I am. He's my half brother. I have a half sister. So PJ and I share the same mother. My sister and I share the same father. So they could technically get married. But anyway, that would be worse. My brother was, still is, my heart. My mom had tried to kill me, actually tried on purpose rather than the usual thing where she was accidentally almost killing me. When I was 12, we were living in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I had once again poured out all the booze down the sink because I was going to save her. My father had disowned me because I chose to go live with my mom because I was scared to death that she was going to die if I weren't there to protect her. Oh God, they hated each other's guts. It wasn't until after my mom died and I was going through her papers that I found a love letter that my father had written her. And it was a revelation. I didn't realize that they had ever actually loved each other. Because they got married because she was pregnant with me. And this was in 1965. And, you know, there weren't a lot of choices back then. Well, kind of like there are now. I live in Illinois where there are choices. So anyway, this is disjointed, but I went to go live with my mother's brother, my uncle, and his wife, and kind of worked as an au pair girl. I had someplace to live and go to high school. And I never felt like I was really part. I have a bad imposter's complex. I don't know if they want me, but my uncle wasn't necessarily appropriate. He was an alcoholic, but he was a really loud, like mean humor kind of alcoholic, and he was a successful businessman. And so, but when he came home on the train every night, he would be wasted coming home on a bar car in Connecticut, and it would be my job to massage his head or his feet or both. That didn't strike me as inappropriate because it had also been my job to give my pedophile grandfather back rubs as a kid. This is so disjointed. But I want someone to know my story. I always figured that I would write it. And I had these binders of like all the court cases for my custody case made legal history. It's like in the New York state records. I think it went to the New York Supreme Court. When the woman who stole my house and got rid of all my stuff, so all those papers are gone. So it's like she threw out my life story, my history. There really wasn't much that she didn't take away from me. Miss Kumika. Still supposedly the FBI is working on the case. I don't think that Kumika DuBose is that hard to find. But I can't do it. And I'd be like a dog chasing a car. What do I do when I catch it? I'm not exactly at fighting speed right now. And you know the money's all gone. She sold the house for half of what it was worth. And, so that she could sell it quick before I got out of the hospital. Gosh, this is uncomfortable. So anyway, where was I going with this? I don't know. I ought to sketched out a timeline and we could have story time. I could tell you a different story. Oh, so my brother said I went to go live with my aunt and uncle and do high school in Connecticut, and then I heard that my mother had moved back from Fort Lauderdale to this little lobster town. It's kind of hoity-toity, but it had working class roots. Anyway, I heard that she was back in town and she had married this guy and was pregnant. My mom had to be about 40 at that point. Yeah, to do the math, she'd be 40. And a severe alcoholic. I mean, she managed to quit once in a while, but not for long. And she'd cycle back and start with, oh, a glass of wine won't hurt. Oh, well, maybe some vodka and the orange juice. And next thing you know, we were in another full-blown disaster. So I decided, I was 17 and a half, when I heard that she had given birth, had placenta previa and almost died, and the kid almost died too. It was premature. And I decided, well, because teenagers, it's very important that you know their opinion. So I decided, seeing as the hospital was one town over from where I lived, that I would go and I would tell her exactly what I thought of her and how disgusting it was that she was having a child at her age, and that I certainly would not be involved. I felt sorry for the kid, but I'm not getting sucked back into your drama. So, this is 1983. I teased up my hair. I do believe I had the curling iron burn right there. Any of you my age would remember the curling iron burn. Put on my tight jeans and my stiletto heels and some sort of purple shirt, because purple was my signature color. I had purple glitter on the eyelids, a purple streak in the hair, and having at that point lived in a vegetarian household and walking to school every day, it slimmed down. I didn't see it. Man, if I had known how pretty I was then, I would have been terrified. But, anyhow, so I was dating a boy, first boy I ever dated. We ended up getting married when I was 19. I'm doing a piss poor job of straightening this stuff out. So, anyhow, he had a car, and he liked to do my, well, he didn't like to do my bidding, but he did it nonetheless. So I said, we're going to Norwalk, I have this errand. Get to the hospital, and you could hear me clack, 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 going down the hallway. I had a message to deliver. And get to her room, and I haven't even stepped inside yet, and I hear peals of laughter, this beautiful, lilting Jamaican voice, and my mother's voice, which, I recognized immediately. And I'm in my full fury. And one step inside, glowering at my mother, refusing to look at the kid. And this nurse says, "You must be Samantha. Your mother's been telling me all about you. Would you like to hold your half-brother?" And from somewhere in the depths of my soul, I said, "Just call him my brother and give him to me." And that was it. I loved him so much. And I put aside every hope, dream, and plan that I thought I had. I didn't know how I was going to achieve going to this Culinary Institute of America or art school, but those were the things I wanted to do. I probably wouldn't have done it because I didn't know the first thing about how I would manage. No one told me how to get a scholarship or anything else. It didn't matter though, because I was in love now. And I loved that boy so much. And so I sucked back into my mom's craziness and her drama to the point where by the time I graduated, boyfriend and I had moved in with my mother and her husband so that I could help with childcare, and so that if she got drunk, she wouldn't be driving drunk with the baby in the car, all the things that I went through. But we had a lot of good times too. My mother